Right, welcome back. Let's take a look at the trending topics for this morning. And this one is quite an interesting one actually, because it's a lot of towns, but we'll get to those. But right now, obviously, the top one is Ramaphosa.
It certainly is.
There's so much around the president at the moment.
It's of course the court case yesterday, the judgment handed down by the South Gauteng High Court, and then of course Eskom.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones.
Those are the big ones, and of course, still the talk of the World Economic Forum and the fact that the president didn't go, pulled off the trip, then was having meetings with Eskom. There was meant to be a briefing yesterday with regards to what's happening with Eskom. That's been delayed, and we await because apparently there are meetings taking place behind the scenes with the president. And look, we don't know anything, but we wait with bated breath. We just know that we've gone from stage 6 down to stage 4 and 5.
But it's precarious. It remains precarious. And as we told, things could change at any moment. And I think we've become accustomed to that, sadly so.
Yeah, indeed. Well, it's something that I don't think we'll ever become accustomed to is why Walkerville is trending. And that has to do with a tiger that is roaming the streets.
I tell you, of all the things we are dealing with, now we have to deal with tigers.
I know.
On the streets of Johannesburg, somewhere.
I saw this. I mean, people were sending me this one. Remember when the lions, when they escaped, and somebody picked up that story and did this whole TikTok of the lion story and made it quite funny. Well, hold your sense of humor, because that may have gone. Now there's a tiger on the streets, and this isn't a joke.
True story.
Because I mean, this is I don't know what it is, but I mean the fact that it escaped from somebody's home. Okay. Yeah. It's out on the streets and it's causing chaos.
Yeah.
And it's a girl named Sheba.
Yeah, from Kliprivier area.
Yeah, that's
south of Johannesburg.
The name of this 8-year-old tiger.
Yeah, so Sheba apparently escaped from a cage, and then she attacked a 39-year-old man and his dog, and she's out there.
Yeah.
So guys, this isn't a joke. I posted it yesterday, and so many of my friends were like, ha ha ha. Like, guys, it's not a joke.
No.
If you live in the south of Johannesburg, there's every chance that you could encounter a tiger.
Absolutely. You don't kind of, hey, kitty this girl. You leave her alone. You leave Sheba alone and phone somebody to come and find Sheba and take Sheba back. How do you keep this in your garden? I mean, do we know who the owner is? That they track them down? This is not legal to keep a tiger in your garden.
I don't know, Leanne. I do not know.
All right. Well, we moved from Kroonstad to Walkerville. From Walkerville to Kroonstad.
Yeah.
And this is now we're seeing protests taking place all over the place. And Kroonstad was one of the areas where we saw residents coming out, and again, all about Eskom.
About Eskom, about service delivery in general. Apparently, because of the load shedding issues, the residents of Kroonstad haven't had water for a couple of weeks. And also, they have what I was told by the spokesperson yesterday in Kroonstad, there is a 60-40 ratio that they apply to accounts in arrears in over 90 days. So if you owe the Kroonstad municipality 100 Rand, and it's 90 days in arrears, when you go to buy electricity, then they only give you 60% worth of the 100 Rands electricity, and they take 40% towards your arrears.
Wow.
So
that's
residents,
what's happening.
not happy about that.
This spread, I mean, it wasn't only in Kroonstad. I'm seeing it went out to Parys. That was another one in the Free State. It moved there. It moved to Randfontein, apparently Phoenix. Just a whole bunch of places started to. And this, unfortunately, is the feeling that is amongst South Africans right now. There's a lot of anger, and we're starting to see people taken to the streets. Joburg as well. Again, lots happening in Joburg, but I think this one is stemming from what happened within the Joburg CBD. There was lots happening, but this one is particularly with regard to protesters taking to the streets, blocking because of this whole issue around a drug dealer. I think there was just a story there. I'm not too sure if you've got more about it, but there was protest action and all of these things taking place with regards to drug dealing in the area. Is that correct?
Apparently there was a raid of sorts, and a drug dealer was shot, and this is what apparently led to the protest. But of course, people just sharing other videos of the daily crime and grime that characterizes the Joburg CBD, and just getting into that conversation about how the Joburg CBD has become a veritable hellhole.
Yeah, indeed, it really has. You don't go there if you can avoid it, but a lot of people can't avoid it. But it's become that way. Let's move to the question of the day, because this has to do quite a bit with that, with what happened and erupted in a lot of the road closures taking place in the Joburg CBD yesterday. So what are your thoughts on the protest action by foreign nationals in the Johannesburg CBD, sparked by the killing of an alleged drug dealer by police officers? That's what we're asking you at Morning Live SABC. Please do get hold of us. That's our Twitter account.